Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. So today is Thursday and getting my hair sticking up. I always see the hair sticking up in these videos. Anyway, I'm coming on because I'm making, doing a what's for dinner. So what I'm making today is I'm making tortellini soup. I'm not sure if I'm going to put some chicken in it. I have some chicken breasts that I have to use up. I have like 2 chicken breasts, so I might throw it in with the tortellini soup so I can get it cooked. Otherwise, I'm probably going to have to stick it in the freezer because it's going to have to be used in the next day or two. So by the time I get all this together, I'll think about at the end if I want to stick that chicken in with it. But right now, tortellini soup, this is how I make my tortellini soup. I put carrots. I never put celery in my tortellini soup, but I have celery that, again, I need to use some of it, so I'm going to take just some of it and cut it in small pieces for flavor because it's very flavorful in soup. It's really good for that, guys. And I'm going to put a little onion in it and some garlic. And what I do with this soup, like with my chicken soup, I just throw in everything, like with the chicken broth and the water. I don't saute or anything like that. But the tortellini soup, I do saute the carrots, the onion, and the celery. I'll do, of course, with a little olive oil and some basil, some dried basil. That's how I've always made my tortellini soup. And, of course, my other seasonings and stuff. Let that saute a little bit, not very long, just so the flavors can get into it. Then I drain most of the oil if there's a lot of oil in it. And then what I do is I put all the broth in. I have broth and I have water. That's what flavors the broth is the chicken, but I'm going to be putting chicken broth in, so that'll flavor it as well as the other seasonings that I put in. But I still might put chicken in, so we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I do, and then I let that simmer probably for an hour or 2 hours or whatever on low medium. And then at the last like 20 minutes, I'll put the tortellinis in it. And that's our tortellini soup. So tonight we're going to be having tortellini soup with grilled cheese sandwiches. Tonight is a soup and sandwich night. So let me start peeling these carrots. I'm starting out with 2. I'm going to see if I put more than 2. They're pretty big carrots, so I'm not sure. We'll see. And yes, if you hear stuff go moving around and everything, hubby's here and the dogs are running around. And it's really cold out today, guys. It's like 27 degrees, so the dogs can go out, but I don't like them out there more than 5-10 minutes because it's really, really cold. Wow. If it's 30-40 degrees, I don't mind if they're out there a half hour. But I get worried, so I don't know. Wow. My husband thinks I'm being ridiculous, but I don't want to have frozen dogs or sick dogs. So that's just me. They do so get sick. Dogs don't get sick. Let's do this one. We have the vet bills to prove that. Really?
I'm talking about a cold.
Well.
They don't get a cold like
They get cold. Sometimes Cooper's nose is running, I notice.
That's because he's stuck at somewhere I shouldn't have been.
Probably. Oh. So yeah, so I'll peel these 2 carrots. I'm probably going to do another one because I like carrots. And I have carrots to use up. So yeah, so this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to make the soup, get it all made up in the pot, starting to boil or a low boil, and then I'm going to close the video out. I'm going to come back tonight when I make the grilled cheeses and we actually eat. I'll come back for the what's for dinner, and I'll show you how I make my grilled cheeses and stuff. So this way, and you'll be able to see the tortellini soup done because, like you guys know, I don't edit. So I'm not gonna let the video sit for 20 minutes. Well, no, 2 hours for that to be done. I don't feel like using my Instapot today. So that's the story, guys. So then I'll be back later on. So there will be 2 videos if that's okay, guys. Not a big deal. 2 videos, and that's that. Okay. So I'm gonna put 2 small stalks of celery in. I'm gonna even use these because they're really, really delicious in soups. Just making sure there's no dirt on them. I don't really care about washing them. As long as there's no dirt on them, they're fine. Okay. Let's put this over here. And what I'm going to do is... Bill, when you come in, could you bring me a big onion, please?
Hold on a second.
All right. I'm going to put... The onions, you know where the onions are.
Where the hell the onions are?
In the pantry on the bottom left. Oh, husbands.
What?
Husbands.
Are great.
They are awesome.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
All right, get the onions out. The onions, like I said, guys, I'm gonna cut those last. Oh wait, I wanted to do another. You know, Linda, wake up and smell the coffee. I wanted to do one more carrot, and now I already wrapped up the peel napkin, but that's all right. I'll do it on this one. Hello. And these, I'm actually taking the peel off, so I don't really. They're, you know, in the bag. I'm not a crazy one with washing this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll probably get comments that say, oh, I should wash my vegetables. I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Whatever it is, it is. I'm not worried about it. Worst things walking through the air, as we know today. All right, so I got this peeled now. Now I'm going to cut these up first, and then I'll do the onions after. I love these paper towels that break in half, like have the half ones. I love those. We love those. Okay. All right, Linda. Disaster. Can you say disaster? Can you say disaster? I don't know. What are you gonna do when people drive you crazy? Okay. All right. I'm gonna cut these off. Now I brought my little thingy so I can get up the carrots. Let me get the garbage thing. Well, you know what? This is what I'm doing. This is how stunad I am. You know what stunad means in Italian? Stunad. Somebody asked me, I forget who it was, Linda Flanagan, I think. Was it Linda Flanagan? Or somebody asked me if I speak Italian, and I said, I don't speak real Italian. I do speak some Italian words, like stunad. Stunad means crazy, flighty, and lightheaded in Italian, so that's what I'm talking about. If I wasn't so stunad, I would remember that I do have my garbage container that I leave right behind me here, so I can use it, but I forget. So, there we go. So that's what stunad means in Italian, guys, if you wanted to know. All right, so I'm going to cut these, and I want them fairly small. I don't want them to disappear, but I want them fairly small, only because my family are pain in the butts, and they're not big on the carrots, which I've always made carrots. I've always put carrots in my soups. Always, guys. My kids growing up, my husband, everybody always ate them. Now they don't like them. But you have to have carrots because carrots flavor the soup. So I'll make them fairly small, and they don't have to eat them if they don't want them, right? Don't eat them if you don't want them. I love carrots, and I will eat them all. I love raw carrots. I like raw carrots. I like raw vegetables probably. I wouldn't say better than cooked. Certain vegetables. I love broccoli either way. Love it, love it, love it. Mostly I like it cooked though. Mostly cooked. I love string beans. I can eat string beans cold. Obviously you have to eat string beans. Well, no, you don't have to eat them cooked. I love raw string beans. Love raw string beans. I love raw cauliflower, and I also like it cooked. So I like everything the same, but there's a few vegetables. What's the one I like in vegetables that are? I don't really know. I'm a big vegetable eater. I love vegetables. I really do. Give me a vegetable, and I'm happy. I love spinach. I love broccoli. I love string beans. I love cauliflower. I love cabbage. What else, guys? What other veggies are there? I'm trying to think. My mind is blank. Comment below, guys, what your favorite vegetable is, and if you like it cooked or if you like it more raw. I like mushrooms. They're a vegetable, right? Mushrooms. I like mushrooms. celery. Is that a vegetable? Yeah, celery is a vegetable, right? Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, I love asparagus, guys. Love asparagus. That's one of my favorites, is asparagus. Yeah. So comment down below what vegetables you guys like. I'm curious to know. All right, so I got the carrots cut the way I want them. Now, guys, this is my new pot I'm using. I showed you guys that I got that day at TJ Maxx. It's so light, guys. You would think it was like really heavy because of the way it looks. It's so light. And look at this. Look at this bottom. Isn't that weird, Bill? Does that come off or anything?
No,
Is that plastic or something? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Isn't that strange, guys? That's so different. But yeah, it's light. It's very, very light, which is great because I have my Dutch oven and that is so heavy. Ugh, it's crazy. Let me just take a sip. So yeah, this carrot has some brown on it. I'm gonna put the carrots, I'm gonna put everything in here, and then I'm gonna put a little olive oil in it, a little bit of garlic, and then let it saute a couple minutes after everything is in here. After everything is in, the vegetables, you know, whatever. And then I will add the broth, and I will probably, I'm gonna add, I wonder, sometimes I do put little tomatoes in my tortellini, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might put a can of little chopped tomatoes if I have them in there with the juice. Probably will do that because I like my mother growing up, guys. My mother always had her chicken soup was always sweet. She always put a can of tomato sauce, a can of crushed tomatoes, or the diced tomatoes with the juice, whatever. I just can remember always. Our soups had a red tint to it because my mother put a can of sauce in it, which made it a little sweet, which was so good. My mother made the best chicken soup. And I can really remember that was really the only soup she made was chicken soup. I don't know if she made any other kind of soup. I don't remember. I don't remember any other kind of soup. But I make a lot of different soups. And this is actually my first time this winter that I'm making a big soup. I haven't made soup in a while. I think I made a little soup. Yes, when me and you weren't feeling well, remember? We were sick, and when we both had COVID in the beginning, I made a little chicken soup and we ate that, and that helped us and it was very good. But I haven't made real soup, so this is my first real soup I'm making today, guys. All right, so I'm gonna cut this celery down the middle because, like I said, I don't want huge pieces of vegetables. All right, so I'll cut this like this. Just gonna put them all together and just slice them. Like I said, I want them to be seen, but I don't want them to be huge. But I want them to be tasted because they also give off a lot of flavor. And like I said, I'm cutting up all the little flour things, guys, because I know that they have a lot of flavor in them. So that's what I'm doing with those. I'm gonna cut those a little bit more than the celery. Okay, the celery's cut fairly small. And like I said, I'm not going to put loads and loads of celery because not everybody likes it. And so whatever. Okay? Let's see. So we got the celery. Now we're going to do the onions. Let's do the onions. Okay, this is how I do my onions. A lot of people peel the whole onion. I slice it down the middle. I just find it's easier. Take the little skin off. Put it in the garbage. Cut the other one off. I don't know if I'm going to put two in. I'll see how much how much it is. Maybe I'll put another half in or something. We like onion in our usually like when I make chicken soup, I just usually cut the onion down the middle, cut it, and I usually put it in like this. But I'm not going to do that with the tortellini. I'm going to have I don't know, should I do that? Have little pieces of onion or big onion in the tortellini? I forget what I do usually. I don't remember. I'll just make my own things up today. However I do it is how I do it today, guys. That's how I cook. I'm gonna cut this down the middle, and I'm gonna cut them like this, 4 ways down the middle, and then I'll cut them like this. This way they'll be kind of diced, but kind of sliced. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't want any really big pieces because the kids, adult children, are a pain in the butts. But, like I said, just pick out, like I made something the other night that Julie didn't like or something was in it that she didn't like. I said, just pick out the, whatever it was. I said, just pick them out. Don't not eat the whole thing because you don't like, and she does that. She'll pick out what she doesn't like, or she'll leave the peppers out. I think it's peppers. A lot of stuff she doesn't like that has peppers in it. So, cooked peppers. She doesn't like cooked peppers, but she likes raw peppers. Isn't that weird? Okay, so these were, I didn't cut these as small, so I'm just gonna give them a little dice. I'm gonna get some fresh garlic because in this I feel like you need the fresh garlic. I mean, I could put them in, if that's all you have, guys. If you only have garlic powder, just put garlic powder. You don't have to put any garlic if you don't like garlic, or if you get some, if garlic bothers you, or whatever. And I'm actually going to put fresh parsley in because, why guys? Because I have it. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't eat it. But I have it, so I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to put it in. But I'm not going to put it in right now. I'm going to put it in more later when it's probably about a half hour done. This way the parsley doesn't just like disappear in it. You'll be able to see the parsley, and the parsley will keep its shape, kind of, mostly. So, yeah. So, okay, so I'm wondering if I don't know. I think I'm going to put another carrot in. Because I'm making this, and I'm going to make this pot. I'm going to make a nice sized pot because I figured I'm making it. I'll probably freeze some, or I'll give some to my neighbor, my landlord down the hill. So I can share it. I love to do that when I can. I don't do it often because I forget, or it's just whatever. But I love to do that when I remember and when when my brain is intact. So let's just peel this quick. And, it's really, really cold here today in New York. It's supposed to be really, really frigid tomorrow, guys. Really, really cold. And then they're saying something about Monday, I think, into Tuesday, some big storm coming or something. Oh, Lord, help us all. I don't know. I'm like my husband always says to me, what do you care? You're not going out. What are you so nervous about? It just makes me nervous. And especially if my kids are out in it, if I have to worry about my family members being out there, coming home, driving it, whatever, I can't rest. I'm just a wreck, and my kids are older. My kids are adults, you know what I mean? But it still goes to say that saying is you just, you're always a parent. You just never can just rest even when they're older, It's a scary thing, but what are you going to do, guys? But anyway, I hate snow. I hate it. Hate it. So I'm trying to think if I should put... I'm going to put another carrot. Husband's not crazy about the carrots. But no, carrots are the best thing in soup. Carrots flavor the soup so much. Yeah, sometimes I leave the skin on the carrots, and I wash the carrot then. I don't like the skin being on the carrot. If I do leave the skin on the carrot, sometimes I do, guys, I will definitely rinse the carrot because I feel like the skin is kind of, funky sometimes. So that's how I do things. Woo, carrot went flying. Carrot overboard. All right, let's put this over here. So yeah, hubby went to the doctor today for his shoulder, and the doctor said he's doing really well. One part of it he's really happy with, that his movement. One part of it, what?
Mobility.
His mobility in one part of the arm is really, really good, but the part where he's able to lift it up is not. He would expect him to be a little bit further than he is with it, but. There was some things he missed therapy a couple of weeks because he was sick and all that stuff. So, whatever. But he thinks he's not really worried about it. But the next time he goes, when do you go back?
In a month.
Next time he goes in a month, if it's not as better as he think it should be, he might have to take an X-ray and look and see if anything's going on or whatever. He's not sure. But as of right now, he said he's really not worried. So he's doing pretty good. So he probably is not going to have the other surgery probably on the other arm for, I would say, another 3 months?
No, probably another month.
Maybe a month or two he'll have the other surgery. As soon as, He said he can't have the other surgery until that arm is completely healed, because then he'll have no arm.
Not completely, but...
Well, mostly, that where he can function with the arm without having to worry about hurting it. You know what I mean? So So yeah, so that was pretty good news. You know, it was like a double-edged sword. It was good news, but he was worried. You know, it was a little bit concerning. But he said he's not worried, so we'll just go by that, and he'll go back in a month and see what happens. So that's that. Yeah. So but other than that, you know, we're all doing good. I woke up with a little cold this morning. It's congestion and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's allergies. Maybe I'm allergic to the dog. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with anything else. But I'm a little congested. So yeah, so I'm going to finish. I'm going to get the other stuff that I need, and I'll be back. All right, guys. So I put everything in here. I got my seasonings. I'm going to put all my seasonings in. Then I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in it. I'm going to put it on the stove and let it start sauteing a little bit. I'll show you that when it starts sauteing. And then I'm going to get the broth and add the water. I don't know. Should I put chicken in it? Bill, should I put chicken in it?
I don't care.
I love when he gives me those answers like, I don't care. It's like when I say, where do you want to go for dinner? I don't care. What do you want to do? I don't care.
Chicken and then give me chicken soup.
It's going to be chicken tortellini soup.
Right.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, guys. I'm putting garlic powder in. Okay, I got fresh garlic in here too, guys. You weren't here when I cut up the garlic. But I put fresh garlic in. And here. Here's the garlic. See? There's little pieces. I put them fairly small. Okay, so I put garlic powder in. That's enough for now. Guys, I only got a high school degree. What do you need to get this Gotsy thing open? Oh, there you go. Basil. Oh, no. Hey, guys, this is thyme. I'm going to put a little thyme in it. Not much, just a drop. Because Mr. Hubby in there doesn't like the thyme. He thinks it's grassy. Okay, here's my basil. Ow. Here's my basil. Okay. The basil is the main key for this tortellini soup. I can remember making it years ago, and the first time I made it, I think I got it from, I don't know, I got it from a family member, the recipe, I think, yeah. And basil was the main, like, ingredient that you, the herb that you put in that kind of makes the tortellini, so that's why. Some pepper. Okay, not a lot, just a little. And some salt. And guys, I lately, you know how I use a lot of seasonings and stuff. I've been kind of trying to back off a little bit on the salt, only because, well, number one, you know, it's not really good for me either because I have a little bit of high blood pressure, so, and all of us could help, that could be helpful, not so salty things, you know. And also, the other night when I made that chili, it was really, really good, but it was a little salty. I even tasted it salty. My husband didn't because he adds salt to everything, it's whatever, but it was definitely too salty, and that bothers me because if it's too, like, you can put salt in, but you can't take out. So I'm just being a little bit more cautious with my seasonings now, especially salt, because I don't want to spend money and make a whole big meal. Like, if that wasn't eaten because it was salty, like, I don't even think Julie ate that much of it, you know, it would bother me, like, till whatever. So, yeah, so I'm just trying to be a little bit more cautious with my salt, which will help us in the long run anyway. So, yeah. Okay, so I have all this seasoning with everything for now. I'm going to bring this over to the stove. I'm going to get the broths and stuff, and then I'll bring you guys over there and show you guys what I'm doing. All right, guys, here it is. Now, I put oil in it, so I'm just waiting. I put the heat up. I'm just waiting for the stuff to start sauteing. This thing, guys, I got at TJ Maxx. I love it. I love it. It's so convenient having it right on the counter. It comes out so easy. I love it, guys. What a good find. You can get them anywhere. Walmart, Target, you know, Amazon, wherever. If you just want to order or whatever or get whatever, it doesn't have to be from TJ Maxx. I just found that one there. It's very reasonable, and I love it. I'm going back to get the vinegar one so I can put vinegar in one of them. Yeah, so I was excited about that. Okay, so it's starting to get a little sauté now. I'm going to pause for a minute and then come back when it's just about done. All right, guys, look at how nice. Isn't that coming nice? All right, guys, so this is just smelling really, you could smell it now. The vegetables are getting a little soft. So this is the perfect time. Guys, the smell in here, the basil gives it such a nice smell. Let me show you. I want to show you something. Look at how big this pot is. I love this pot because it's so spacious and like wide and long. Like it's like long, like what's the word? Horizontal, I guess. It's long this way and long that way. You know what I mean? I just love it. Look at that, guys. Is that amazing? Okay, so it's now ready for the broth and stuff. Let me turn these around. I'm going to try to let you guys see. I really should be using my, tripod. It's just such a pain in the butt. I have my chicken balls here. I'm going to put this on here. Oh, oops. I'm going to put it on this side now. I'm going to keep it fairly low right now. Okay, you can see better over here. All right, so I had one that was left over in the refrigerator. I'm going to use that. You know what, guys? I'm not going to take any oil out because there's a drop of oil in here. It's perfect. It's all flavor. There's no oil, you know. Guys, I wish you could smell it. I wish. So I'm going to add this chicken broth here. It's about a half a box. Okay, we got this one here. Now these right here are reduced sodium, which is fine. I'll add my own salt if I need to. It's not really a big deal to me. Like I said, I don't want a lot of salt, overly salted. Now this pot is so big, I think no matter what I put in it, it's probably not going to look like it's a lot of soup, which is going to be hard for me because, you know me, I got to make a lot. So it's going to be a problem. But at least if I get it up halfway, I know it's about the size of one of my other pots that I have, so I think it'll be fine. Okay, so right now I put in 32 ounces as well, about 32, so about 64 ounces, and then I put half of another 32, so probably about 80 ounces. I don't even know how much it is. That's in cups. I'm stupid when it comes to that stuff. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna put a couple of cups of water, not too many, guys, because I don't want to flavor it down, but I definitely want it to be a little bit more, have more soup, because if you notice when you cook soup, like I can start out at the top of a soup and then 3 hours later you come back and then half of the broth is gone. It evaporates. So I don't want it to all evaporate, and I want to make sure I have enough soup itself in there. And I'll come back periodically as it's simmering and check the flavor and make sure and see if it needs anything. Now what I'm going to put in my tortellini, guys, I'm going to put another, I think I put in 2 cups. I'm going to put another cup in. Okay, because like I said, I can always add water. So later I'll taste it. I'm going to add a can of tomatoes. I'm going to see if it needs any more flavor. If it does need any more strong flavor, I think I have bouillons up there. I could put some chicken bouillons in there too. But as of right now, I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to get the tomatoes. All right, guys, I'm putting this in, the diced tomatoes. These are from Aldi. They're awesome. Now listen, guys, this is just how I make my tortellini soup. You guys can put anything in soup and call it mushroom soup, whatever you want to do. Soups are very good in that way. They're very hearty. They're very affordable. They stretch, and you can put anything you want in them, and more than likely, it's going to taste good. So if you don't have tomatoes, don't put the tomatoes in. If you have something else you want to put it in. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, because this is also a concept. This is how I do it. You do it a different way, more power to you. It doesn't matter. You make it the way you want to make it, and your family likes it. So I'm going to add this whole can of tomatoes. Okay, I'm going to put the flame up a little bit now because I need it to come to kind of like a little bit of a boil. I'll show you guys. I'm also going to add grated cheese to this because we love grated cheese in our soup. That's just how I grew up. That's just how it is. I'll never forget, my daughter went to her friend's house and she was having soup, and she's like, do you have grated cheese? And she's like, what do you need grated cheese for? You don't have pasta. She goes, I put grated cheese in my soup. The girl's like, oh my God, really? I never tried that. The girl loves it. Loves the grated cheese now in her soup. A lot of people don't put grated cheese in their soup. Not me. My mother always did. We always grew up with it. So that's what I do, and we love it. In my gravies and my salt marinara sauces, it goes in everything. And like I said, and that's why you got to be careful too with the salt, because if you definitely put sour cream, if you definitely put grated cheese in it, you got to be careful that you don't put too much grated cheese, too much salt, because then you're going to have a salt fest there, right? Okay, you don't want that. All right, guys, so this is what I'm gonna do. I put all that in. I'm gonna let it come up to a little bit of a boil. Then I'm gonna lower it and simmer it, probably with the top on. I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I don't want it to like completely evaporate. I want to keep that broth in there, but of course it's gonna have to evaporate a little bit. Like I said later, I can always add more water, and you know, you just want flavor. You want a lot of flavor in there. And I don't think I'm putting the chicken in. I think I'm gonna do something else with the chicken because, like my husband said, if you put the chicken in, then it becomes chicken tortellini. And I just want to make tortellini soup, guys. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go for now. Okay, I'm gonna cut this video now. I'm gonna go let the soup simmer a couple of hours, and then when I come back later, when it's time close to dinner, it's 3 o'clock already, so by 5:15, I'll come on and we'll make the grilled cheeses, and that's what it's going to be tonight. Thursday night, soup and sandwich night, and grilled cheese. If they want to have a turkey sandwich, it's up to them. If they want turkey on their grilled cheese, whatever, we like them like that too. Whoever wants it the way they want it, they can have it like that. So that's it. All right, guys. So if you like this video and this content, please hit that thumbs up button on the bottom, and the subscribe and the notification button with the bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, guys, please hit that like button because you really help my channel when you do that. I really appreciate it so much. Don't forget, guys, this Saturday we're doing the live at 7 o'clock on YouTube. You guys are going to be so excited. I'm doing 3 things, and it's going to be so much fun, guys. I'm so looking forward to you guys coming. I hope all of you are able to come. If you can't come live, then watch it later, you know, taped, whatever you want to do, whatever you can do. But I really appreciate it if you could be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to interact with you guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.